Friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is about identity and how identity shapes the body. I'm going to throw in this question, start with this question to see if it makes any sense to you. So do you think that identity shapes the body or the body shapes the identity? Which one has more effect on the other? Keep that in the back of your mind throughout this video. Before we start, I apologize. I am recovering from an eye infection, so I hope this does not disturb you and ruin the entire video for you. This video is going to be split in three major parts. The first part is about how identity is formed. The second part is about the identity and the body. And the third one is identity and fitness trajectory. So how how different identities express themselves in the fitness sphere. So hang on and let's dig in. All right, so first we're going to build up on a theory from a German-American psychoanalyst who spoke a lot and theorized a lot about identity and identity formation. His name is Erikson, and this theory is from the 1968. So the reason why I chose to dig into this one and use it for this video is that it acknowledges that identity formation is a key developmental task and is mainly formed and intense during adolescence and early adulthood. During this time, we start asking ourselves, who am I? What is my role in life? What is the meaning of my life, etc. And if you're listening to this video and thinking to yourself, hey, I'm a grown man or grown woman and I still have these thoughts, it's normal. Welcome to modernity. This is about modernity and the human condition. So we're constantly asking what is the meaning of our lives, but it is mostly and very intense and formative during those years. And the reason why we still think about these things now is because in modernity, education is a little bit stretched, so prolonged education, and therefore the independence of the individual is a little bit prolonged. So that's why it is not just in adolescence and early adulthood. We find ourselves in our 30s, mid-30s, still battling with these ideas. So this is caused mainly by modern society. And that's why we see a lot of identity crisis, a lot of people who are depressed, anxious, don't know where they stand and what's their role in life, and asking themselves these questions more often. During this intense identity search, the body becomes a battlefield of self-expression. Especially in Western cultures, appearance ideals are internalized from early age. So lean, muscular, thin, perfect. This begs the question, is our identity shaped by political, social, or is it grounded in our biological and physical being? For example, a power lifter is not just someone who lifts heavy weights. A power lifter also identifies with being stoic, with being resilient, with being strong, powerful. We all know this power lifter between sets, sitting, contemplating life, minding their own business, not caring about anything around them. So these things all intertwine with each other. And from young age, when the identity is not clear, people tend to look outward. And when you look outward, you either look for appearances, you look on Instagram, gym culture, etc. And you look especially for validation. The more unclear you are about your own identity, the more you tend to have a toxic relationship, for example, with your looks. Some bodybuilders, some very good looking and fit bodybuilders will have body dysmorphia. Some women that are already thin, or men, will have this very twisted relationship with food and start having eating disorders. We start comparing ourselves to other people and chasing external ideals and chasing validation from external sources. So this is on the second point, explaining a little bit about identity before we touch on identity and fitness and how it expresses itself in the gym and in fitness among fitness people. Now we got to the more juicy part, more interesting part, which is about identity trajectories in fitness. There's 4 main identity types, and they express themselves in the following way. I'll share this with you on the screen so you can see if you can spot yourself somewhere or somewhere on the spectrum, of course. The first type is achievement, or the spreadsheet messiah. This person has clear goals, consistent effort, his values or her values are aligned with their body development. So they have consistent growth, they are resilient, they are confident in the way they hold themselves and in the results. The second part is the moratorium, or better said, the program polygamist. So a polygamist that has multiple relationships. This person has multiple relationships with multiple programs. A polygamist, for example, has multiple wives or multiple partners. This guy or girl, they have multiple programs. They hop in between programs. They try different programs. They are unsure about their goals. They're always searching for the perfect program or the perfect meaning for their training journey. They might find meaning, but most probably they're gonna burn out, depend on their luck. The third identity type is carefree diffusion, or Captain Half-Rep. Captain Half-Rep. We all see these type of people. They are there at the gym, but at the same time they're not there. Maybe they're texting with one hand and doing bicep curls with the other hand. This guy or girl, they are inconsistent and they are at high risk of quitting. They just show up because they think it's important, and they show up so they can just tick that box. The fourth type is interesting type, which is a troubled diffusion, or the pain worshipper. This person is obsessed, has an obsessive behavior, so they tend to really go hard. They like pain, they enjoy pain. And this person, for example, might have very good physique, but at the same time they're tired. Their eyes might be the contour black, dark. They don't sleep well, they don't rest enough, they are emotionally unstable. And what is interesting, there's Marcia's identity status theory, which is about the same identity types, but it's classified with 2 keys: exploration and commitment. So let me read it for you. It's very interesting because you can see if you find yourself in these types. So the achievement type explores and commits, so high on exploration, high on commitment. The moratorium, or the polygamist, is high on exploration, of course, but low on commitment. The foreclosure, or the third type, commits without exploring. I'll give you an example about this person. Imagine a guy who used to be a football player and they still identify as a football player for the rest of their lives, even though they used to be a football player when they were 16 or 18 years old. They just follow the rules, whatever their coach says they do. These people commit. So if you tell them, hey, run for 10 kilometers, they will do that, but they're low on exploration. And the diffusion, which is the last part, they have no exploration, they are low on exploration and low on commitment, which is a dangerous place to be. So these are basically the types. As stereotypes are mental shortcuts, they are not representative of the truth. Generalizations help us function, otherwise we have to spend a lot of time and energy on figuring out every person we meet. That's why we have these mental shortcuts, or heuristics. We can call them heuristics also, which is similar to a rule of thumb. So we see someone muscular, most of the time, this guy or girl, probably they spend too much time thinking about their looks and too much time and energy thinking about how they look and how strong they are, and less time at the library, for example. So stereotypes reveal more about cultural expectations and societal expectations than what they reveal about reality. For example, very solid example: men are strong, women are nurturing. Outrageous. Not all men are strong, not all women are nurturing. There's some men who are nurturing, strong, and etc., etc. So those averages and stereotypes most of the time are averages. They don't represent and predict anything about the individual. They are just there, as said before, as shortcuts. The fitness world, for example, is full of these things. Let's say men build muscles faster than women. Women should tone up, therefore men should lift heavy, women should lift light and tone up. These things don't say anything. These are just fallacies and self-fulfilling limitations. And this is a very nice thing that I saw. Every stereotype is a story told too quickly. Think about that. A stereotype is a judgment made quickly without any nuance. So I don't know if you want to make this judgment and go with it, or maybe if you make this judgment, maybe walk back a step or two and rethink it and think, oh, maybe this person is a little bit more nuanced, just like me, just like you. Maybe they have more internal things that are going on for themselves than what I can see in the surface. Back to the initial question posed in the beginning of this episode. Does our bodies influence our personality, or our identity influences our bodies? And this is an important question, because what is the answer? I think both influence each other, and both are influenced by factors that are constantly changing. Factors such as political, social, psychological, physical. All these factors that are influencing our identity are constantly changing. And this will pose the question, do we think that our identity is fixed, or it might change because all the influences that are bombarding us all the time are changing? This is something just to keep in mind. This subject is highly politicized. The subject of identity, whether it's malleable, whether it's fixed. Some people on the right side of the political spectrum would think that they are more conservative, they are more religious, they are more socially conservative, also traditional. They would think that those norms and those rules are fixed. They withstand the test of time. They descended upon us by God, for example, or something, or Zeus. Then we should respect it, we shouldn't change it, and we should obey these rules and go by it because it works. It worked for us, let's keep it, let's not mess with it. Some people on the left side of the political spectrum, more progressive, they would say that there's nothing stable, identity is malleable, everything is socially constructed. What matters is the individual and what they think about identity, etc. Let's fight all those social norms and everything that constrain us. Both have a point. There is value in debating both points, but it doesn't matter. Wherever you are or fall on the political spectrum, just keep in mind that stereotypes are snap decisions, they are heuristics, they are mental shortcuts. They are not reality. You know, and I know that we are a bit more nuanced than how we look. There's more there's more layers to the onion. There's more on the inside. We are more nuanced. There's much more intellectual and internal life that's going for everyone. If it's going for you, then probably it's going for other people as well. That's on the more stereotypical side. And on the identity side, just be a little bit more flexible in how you look at it. Think about yourself 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Are you still the same person? Didn't you change? And if you changed, maybe some people change more than others, some people change less, but change is the only constant that is actually there in life. So make sure to be a bit more understanding, and I hope you liked the video. See you next time.